These are two of the dumbest guys and the baldest guys of all time having the dumbest conversation of all time. Slow cooked brother falling off the bone. Yeah, speaking of slow cooked, the Democrats, instead of sending Tim Walz over here to Joe Rogan, sent literally a guy who cannot speak. The Democrats were like, let's have a guy who famously is incapable of speech go on a 3-hour podcast. And of course, the limited amount of speech capabilities he had, he afforded to speaking about immigration.
It's a significant issue. And if I thought there was any kinds of issues, and I've been very vigilant throughout, I've been actively involved in those kinds of things, and I've never witnessed those kinds of a thing.
But what do you mean by issues? Like what kind of issues you're talking about? You're talking about people letting people in order to get votes?
Well, it's not. There's not that level kinds. I don't think there's that level kinds of organization.
But there is an organization that's moving these people to swing states. There's a significant number of these people that are illegal immigrants.
Yeah, it's called Governor Greg Abbott. Your governor. Oh my God. Joe Rogan finally met his intellectual match, a stroke victim. He's going to destroy him in the marketplace of ideas, you know? See, yeah, they're going ban for ban, but instead of ban for ban, they're going CTE for CTE.
That have made their way to swing states. And then there's been calls for amnesty. There's been calls for allowing these people to have a pathway to citizenship.
This conversation is so stupid because, like, number one, yeah, if you don't want immigrants that are coming into the United States of America to not have, like, democratic leanings, okay, documented or undocumented, don't be racist towards them. That's number one. Number two, undocumented migrants are not able to vote regardless of the amnesty measures that are being pushed for. And last but not least, there is obviously no indication that they are going to vote for the Democratic Party, considering the fact that the demographics or destiny guys have recognized very quickly that, like, there's a major swing in Hispanic voters towards Donald Trump. So how the does that work? This shit is all idiotic. It's pure fantasy, okay?
Citizenship and allow them to vote. The fear that a lot of people have is that this is a coordinated effort to take these people that you're allowing to come into the country, then you're providing them with all sorts of services like food stamps and housing and setting them up, and then providing a pathway to amnesty, and then you would have voters that would be significantly voting towards the Democrats because they're the people that enabled them to come into the country in the first place and provided them with those services. This is a big fear that people have, and that you're rigging this system and that this will turn all these states into essentially locked blue like California is.
Well, it's immigration is always going to be a tough issue in our nation. You know, I had as a professor in grad school, Alan Simpson, and he was a United States senator. He was Wyoming, and he was actually a pro-choice Republican.
Dude, there is no way that Joe Rogan's like ape-like fan base watched this and we're like, wow, this guy seems with it. Also, John Fetterman's wife is an immigrant, for the record, just so you guys know where he's at on this issue and how far he has fallen. God, his brain is so fried, dude. The senator, he was Wyoming. He was the state of Wyoming. Like, this is ridiculous, dude. You're straight up ex-wife. No? Oh, did they break up?
I mean, how rare that would be. Well, it doesn't exist now. And he said, you are never going to have any meaningful immigration kinds of legislation. He's like, because both sides, that's useful for them, and it's going to be back and forth. And he said
I don't think they broke up. I don't know why you guys are saying
years
that.
Ago.
Useful meaning the debate, having it always a political
it's
talking
useful
point.
for one side or the other. It's
Right.
useful, and he said they were never going to be, and he said that in 1999.
Mm-hmm.
And I voted for the border deal, and that went down. and that's, I mean, he said that 25 years ago, and that was absolutely true now, that they had an opportunity to do a comprehensive border, bipartisan, and that went down because...
Dude, if I'm the Democratic Party and I hear that we are sending this baboon over to Joe Rogan, I'm literally jailing every person in the decision-making process down to the intern, okay? I'm chaining them into the basement until the election is over, okay? I might not even release them after the election is over. This is insane. What an insane, dumb decision. Just send Bernie or Tim Walz. What the is wrong with you guys? Why are you so stupid? Who is making these decisions? This is like basically sending Joe Biden to talk to Joe Rogan, okay? What the is happening? What the is going on, dude? Oh my God. Why is he talking like that? He had a massive stroke. And it's a stroke that made him more right-wing, too. When you said they sent someone incapable of speaking, I thought you actually meant Biden first. No, it's him.
Trump, he declared that's a bad deal after it was negotiated with the other side.
But didn't that deal also involve amnesty? And didn't that deal also involve a significant number of illegal aliens being allowed into the country every year? I think it was 2 million people. So it was still the same sort of situation, and their fear.
If Trump can talk this incoherently, why not Fetterman? Are we doing this? Are we really doing this right now? This is the exact same principle that liberals had. Really? You think Trump and Fetterman track in the same way? Trump rambles. This is true. Okay? He calls it weaving, and it's ridiculous. And he rambles and says like insane shit. John Fetterman, optically speaking, is infinitely worse than Donald Trump. You are doing this thing where you are denying reality in front of you. Okay? You are denying the reality that you can see, and other people hear you say that and they go, oh, that's an insane person. No different than when like Trump supporters say Trump is hot. Okay? Like when some psychopathic Trump supporters are running around being like, that's right, I wish he grabbed my pussy. I think he's so hot, he's so powerful, he's so strong. Everybody looks at them and goes, that's insane. You're an insane person. Why are you saying that? Okay? That is what you sound like when you say, if Trump can talk this incoherently, why not Fetterman?
Is exactly what I talked about. That these people will be moved to swing states, and that will be used to essentially rig those states and turn them blue forever.
These are two of the dumbest guys and the baldest guys of all time having the dumbest conversation of all time. God, I hate this shit so much.